Meet there, going together, and hope we will meet there.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's Dylan with EDB here, and what do you guys actually think of the intro? Is it worth putting on my videos, or should I just straight jump to gameplay? Do you like it? Thumbs up for yes, thumbs down for no. I mean, if this gets more negative views than up votes, well, I'll get rid of the intro. But besides that, I'm going to be doing something that is incredibly hypocritical, and I'm going to be doing a kind of a speculation, or what I would like to see, I guess, more of Borderlands 3. And the reason I say it's hypocritical is I hate getting hyped for games anymore. It's terrible. I literally, when I heard Borderlands 2 was coming out, I was super stoked. Like, oh my god, yes, it's finally happening. I love the first one. I wasn't even sure if they were going to make a second one. They ended up making the second one, and every like 2 days I'd go and I'd look for new news of what they were going to put in the games, and finally trailers dropped and everything like that, and they made it seem like there was going to be more guns, more variety of stuff. And if you played Borderlands 1 and you've played Borderlands 2, the weapon variety in Borderlands 2 is not very good compared to Borderlands 1. And I would love in Borderlands 3 if they would go back to that, and they would go back to more of the over-the-top type style of guns, rocket launchers that when you shot they would explode into more rockets, or rockets that literally their sole purpose is making a nuclear explosion, and all you do is you shoot a ball that only gets out like 30 or 40 feet to where you're a foot from the blast radius. That's what made Borderlands 1 better in the weapon sense than Borderlands 2. Now, mind you, Borderlands 2 definitely did some stuff that killed Borderlands 1. And what I mean by that is storyline. The storyline, back and forth, hating Angel, loving Angel, trying to figure out if you should feel bad for Angel, was awesome. The whole little love triangle bullshit that was going on with my god, Roland and Lilith, there we go. That was awesome. When Roland died, it was terribly like tragic. Like, I was pissed off. I'm like, Jack ain't gonna do shit. And then all of a sudden on going into the final mission, and Mordecai and Britt go into lava and you think they die, you're like, okay, Jack's getting a foot up his ass. And that was like, the storyline behind Borderlands 1 was great. They had great writers for it, and if they can pull it off in 3, that's going to be awesome. Like, that's all I hope for. And you know, I did actually watch one speculation video. I think Admiral Byru, can't say it right, Byru, he did a speculation video, and he's kind of like me. He doesn't want to get hyped for the game, because honestly, I've done it where I've just picked up a random game, started playing it, and I didn't know anything about it, and I thought it was awesome just because it was a totally new experience. So I mean, hype I don't think is really too much of a good thing. Like, if you go in more blind, I think you're gonna have more fun than if you go in thinking shit's gonna hit the fan. The only thing I really want to know about Borderlands 3, to be honest, is when's it going to drop? When can I buy a copy of it? But other than that, I mean, the only thing I really got out of his video was that the producer kind of said, you know what, it's confirmed, and screw it, we might not call it Borderlands 3, we might call it Borderlands 4, because it's going to be something totally different than normal. Which it might not be, it might be. At this point, I'm not going to look any further into it until the game comes out. But, yeah, over speculation's not a good thing, so I'm not going to be giving any definites, and I'm not going to try to convince you guys of how insanely awesome the game's going to be. But it's just some things that I would like to see in the game and would hopefully get put in the game. But one thing I would think would be really fun to put in Borderlands 3, which guaranteed not gonna do, but it'd be really awesome if they did, would be if anyone remembers the glory days of Borderlands 1, where pre-patch all the modded guns were in the game. And for you guys that don't know what I mean, people went to Willow Tree, which is a program where you could go and put 5 or 6 different clips on the gun, 5 or 8 different sights. Maybe you don't want a stock on it, and people made some stuff that was downright disgusting, like the boomstick and the pea shooter. And if you guys know what guns I'm talking about, you probably just got the biggest grin on your face. Both the guns were terrible. They were not usable by any means, but my God, were they fun to use. The pea shooter was a shotgun that was like 26 damage times 39. Now, how you get a times 39 multiplier, even in Borderlands 1, I do not understand. But on top of that, it had a burst fire rate of 500,000. So, in other words, they put like 4 or 5 Sledge's shotgun clips on that thing, and yeah, it was ridiculous how insane that gun was. And literally the point of the gun was shooting stuff into space. If you dueled someone, you'd have them jump in the air and you could launch them out of the map no matter where you were. If you were shooting far away, it would go out of the map. And the boomstick, it was like the same thing. It only did like 100 damage times like 16, but it was a sticky grenade launcher. And it was ridiculous. You could completely cover your friend in sticky grenades and they would just take off running like a ticking time bomb. But literally the point was you were just covering someone in sticky grenades to the point where they couldn't see, and it was pretty funny. But I would like to see in Borderlands 3 where you could go through, like maybe make its own game type and have it to where all the guns you find in your gameplay, you can go through and mash your guns together and maybe put 4 or 5 different clips, 2, 3 different scopes, infinity clip on a sniper rifle that has a burst fire rate of like 200% and it shoots rockets. I mean, just stuff like that, just stuff way over the top that should not be in the game. And the only reason I know they're not going to put this in the game is someone will find a way to cross it into the actual story. And if you do that, it's gonna be like why they banned those guns in the first place, is they shouldn't be in the game. But I mean, those were the good days. Another thing I'd like to see is some big ass bosses, like raid bosses. Like if you don't have 4 or 5 people, you're gonna have a really rough time. I mean, they did a decent job with Terramorphous, but I mean, I'm looking for more like the original Cromarax, where you had to take out hit points on like certain pressure points on him, and when you killed him there was so much loot it was ridiculous. If you think Terramorphous or the Handsome Sorcerer or anyone drops a lot of loot, you have not killed Cromarax. And Cromarax is by far the hardest boss I've ever faced in this game. Even the new version of Cromarax, Firm's nothing like the old Cromarax. I just want a boss that's like that. But I mean, yeah, I just think that'd be fun. I really don't think they should worry about the multiplayer too much. I don't think they need a true open world map like Skyrim. I think what they're doing fits what they are doing pretty well. And you know what? I like how they're keeping the graphics kind of the same. I think they might be able to up the polys a little bit, but I like the cartoon graphic style. It's nice. It fits the game well. So if they bring that back in Borderlands 3, that'll be awesome. And I guess the biggest thing is I just hope they can get a good story behind it. Borderlands 1 was pretty decent. There was a couple characters you could get attached to, like TK Baha. I love TK Baha just because he was a crazy bastard. And then Axel Steele felt the need to kill TK Baha, and I'm like, that's not okay. This bitch is getting a foot up her vagina. Knee high, dude. Knee high. It's not going to stop at the toes. And, it just kept you wanting to get to the end of the game just so you could end that son of a bitch. But I mean, Borderlands 1 was decent, but it seems like they really figured it out with Borderlands 2, like I talked about earlier. They just really kind of had an idea of what they wanted to do with it, and they rolled it really well. And writers make a game. The Borderlands series, the reason I like it so much is the storyline behind it is very, very good, and something I enjoy to play. So with all that said, I hope you guys don't think I'm a dick and just rambled about Borderlands not knowing what I'm talking about, because I don't like speculations. Thanks for watching, though. I'll be doing more videos like this, probably about different games coming out. So if you want, subscribe, hit the like button, or I'm sure you guys are capable of thinking for yourself. So till next time, talk to you later.